Part 2. Protecting your data. Data protection. 15 important points about your rights. The following points relate to any information, including personal information, that relate to you or your family member as part of this study. 1. We will be using personal information in our research to help us understand the challenges that patients face when they have a stroke. 2. We will rely on Article 6.1e, Public Interest, and Article 9.2j, Scientific Research Purposes, of the General Data Protection Regulations, or GDPR, to process personal data in this study. 3. Data will be shared only within the research team. However, if it is deemed important to the care of your family member, it's possible that some information may be shared with your family member's medical or stroke team. You will be made aware of this if this arises as a concern. If your family member came to Beaumont by ambulance, we will ask the Dublin Fire Brigade or the National Ambulance Service to tell us the times associated with their 999 or 112 call and their response times. 4. Data such as transcripts of interviews or survey responses will be stored on the RCSI's secure, licensed, cloud-based OneDrive storage service. The data will either be fully anonymised or deleted by April 2025. Should the data from the study be deemed suitable for storage in a public repository, then only anonymised data would be retained for this purpose, according to FAIR, the findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable data principles. Every effort will be made to protect the confidentiality of your data and of discussions held as part of this study. RCSI has strong cybersecurity in place, and its cloud-based data storage server is maintained to the highest level of security and monitoring. However, in the unlikely event of a cyberware attack resulting in a data breach, you will be contacted by the research team directly and notified without delay. The RCSI will contact the Data Protection Commission. Significant protections are also in place to minimise any data stored in hard copy format on the RCSI campus. However, should any breach occur, you will be notified immediately by the doctoral researcher, Dr. Deirdre McCartan, and the RCSI Data Protection Officer will be informed. 6. You have the right to withdraw proxy assent to personal data being used in this research project. Should you decide to withdraw, you will be able to discuss your data preferences with the doctoral researcher by calling 089 444 8401 or emailing Deirdre McCartan at rcsi.ie. Options include deleting all data associated with your contribution or deleting it from a particular time point in the study if that's your preference. Every effort will be made to delete data on request without undue delay, even in the later stages of the research. However, the only time such a request may not be possible would be if it would make it impossible or very difficult to conduct the research. For example, a request to delete data at the end of a research project just before it's due to be published. 7. You have the right to lodge a written complaint with the Data Protection Commission, 21 Fitzwilliam Square, South Dublin 2, Ireland. And there's also an online portal for complaints on www.dataprotection.ie. Alternatively, the telephone numbers for the Data Protection Commission are 01765 0100 or 1800 437 737. You have a right to request access to your data and a copy of it. 9. You have the right to restrict or object to processing of your data. 10. You have the right to have any inaccurate information about you corrected or deleted. 11. You have the right to data portability. This means that you have the right to move data from one data controller to another in a readable format, such as a printout. So, for example, to take a printed or electronic copy of your data from RCSI to another institute. 12. Your data will not be subject to any decision based solely on automated decision-making tools or profiling. Automated decision-making tools do not require human involvement in decisions, while profiling is where certain aspects of personal data are automatically analysed based on algorithms, in a similar way to advertisements generated from previous clicks on the internet. 13. Your data will not be processed for reasons beyond the studies in this research. If you provide proxy assent to be contacted in 3 months about a possible follow-up interview, then your personal data will be used to contact you at that time, and the results of your survey will be reviewed along with your family member's medical records. 14. Recordings made as part of the study, for example an interview, will be transcribed by a third-party professional transcription company. Details that could potentially identify a participant, either directly or indirectly, will be removed from the interview before the recording is sent to the transcriber. And 15. Your data will not be transferred outside the European Union.